Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today it is a remaster of an old video I did. It was what does your favorite Dead by Daylight killer say about you? I'm redoing it because I wanted to make a better version, and honestly I wasn't really proud of the one I did. It kinda sucked. I rewatched it and it kinda sucked. So not that there's all these different killers in the game, I wanted to make a better version of that video. There is a couple rules I have to go over. Number one, most of these are jokes, so please don't take them seriously. And second of all, expect most of the gameplay to be against bots. Some of them are against real people, some of them are against bots. Bots are just easier to record. It's not because I suck at Dead by Daylight, I just don't like to wait, okay? Also, I got a new microphone. Tell me how it sounds. I think it sounds very good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video, and let's continue. If you main the Trapper, then you have an underdog spirit to you. Even though you probably main the weakest killer in this entire game, there are people out there who want you to succeed, who want you to get that 4K. So trust me, you are very, very entitled to camp in that basement. In fact, you have my permission to camp in that basement. If you main the Wraith, then all I can say is you're probably really good at buy blocking, and if that is the case, then we're coming for you. Don't worry about what that means. Just go along with your day. Don't worry. If you main the Hillbilly, then I think I owe you guys an apology. Last time I did this video, I was kind of trashing on you guys because of his overheat mechanic, but now that video is very irrelevant now, yeah, I think you guys are at a pretty good spot, unless behavior decides to just take away overdrive, which, please don't do that behavior. If you main the Nurse, then you probably have some sort of weird god complex, which I get it, you main the strongest killer in the game, but I still think you should probably consider playing someone else, just so you can just give us a chance, man. Give us a chance! Alright, I want you to listen very carefully to this. You're either good, or you're either bad at the Huntress. You can either hit those cross maps, or you can't. And if you keep on trying, then just stop, okay? You ain't gonna hit it. If you main Michael Myers, then there's probably a lot of moments where you act like Michael Myers. Like, you just stare at people to creep them out. You hold a butcher knife exactly like he does. And I really hope that isn't true, because if it is, just stop. Just stop. Like, you're not scaring anyone. Just stop. Oh, and you probably want to scare the hell out of a streamer, which I hope you do. Just remind people that this is, in fact, a horror game. I can't imagine someone clicking on this video and expecting me to say something about the Hag. Like, who cares about the Hag? But, you know, if you do main the Hag, then, well, you know what, yeah, I got nothing. Just live with the fact that you main this killer. That's it. If you play as the Doctor, then you're just evil. I have no idea why some of the most annoying builds are attached to this guy. And a really good example is the Impossible Skill Check Doctor, which I'm using right now. Yeah, this one was, yeah, all these survivors in this game. I think I made a lot of enemies. I know a lot of people like to insult your intelligence in videos like these, so I'm here to give you a compliment. This will be a compliment. I will be complimenting your main. Okay, here we go. If you main Bubba, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. You know, last time I made a video like this, I told the Freddy mains to pick a new main. And I'm doing the same here. If you main Freddy, get a new main. And to be honest with you guys, I don't really feel bad saying this because, one, only like 12 people actually play as Freddy Krueger. And, two, he's getting a rework soon, so anything I say here is just gonna be irrelevant anyways, so, yeah. Oh yeah, and 3, it's Reboot Freddy, and no one likes Reboot Freddy. Ew. Listen, I don't really have to say much about the pig. You like being a game master and all that, that's cool and all. But if a survivor tries to boot your snoot, and you don't let them, oh man, I am telling mom. I am so telling mom. Yeah, you can say goodbye to that Fortnite V-Bucks card she was gonna get for you on your birthday. Douchebag. Why do I do these things? If you mean the clown, all I can say is, how do you play as this guy? Like, how can you stand this guy? Like, can you really stand hearing for 15 minutes straight? If you main the Spirit, then first of all, we should be friends. I also main Spirit. Second of all, you probably wanted to play a stealth killer in this game, but then realized most of the stealth killers kinda sucked. So you went with just going straight up invisible. Yeah, just make the survivors think where you are instead of trying to see where you are. That's genius. That's freaking genius. That's not why I mained the killer, but that's probably why you mained her. Oh, and if you're wondering, I mained the Spirit because I thought she looked very, very cool. I mean, she literally has floating limbs. Tell me that isn't cool. Also, her power was similar to Zero in Borderlands 2. Since there's 4 members of the Legion, then let's say something about every member. Why not? If you're like Frank, then you're probably extremely gullible. If you're like Julie, then you're probably very smart, but you have to keep the idiots in check, aka Frank. If you like Joey, then you're probably a big, strong boy. If you like Susie, then you're so cute and must be protected by all costs. And if you don't care, and you just play as all 4 of them, then, well, you suck, and I hate you. You know, I could easily just say that you have some sort of bar fetish and move on. But I feel like there's more to this. Like, I feel like there's something that can really be said about this killer. I just can't think of it. So, I'm just gonna say that you have some sort of bar fetish and move on. If you main Ghostface, not only are you the sneakiest douchebag, but you're probably the funniest person ever. And even you just don't know how freaking hilarious you are. Like, you need to do something with that, man. I think this is the first time I actually have gameplay footage of the Demogorgon. Like, I actually can play as the Demogorgon and actually have footage of me playing as the Demogorgon. Anyways, there's nothing really positive or negative to say about you guys because you're quite literally the most balanced killer in this entire game. So, how's Stranger Things? I heard good things. I heard good things about that show. Does Steve scream? If Steve screamed one time, I'm probably gonna turn it off, to be honest. If you play as the Oni, then you're probably into Souls-like games, like Dark Souls, Elden Ring. You probably also watch some anime too. And you probably know about the 180 flick, which, please teach me that flick on console. I would really, really like to learn about it. Also, no, he's not better than Nurse. Get out of here. If you play as a Deathslinger, then you probably play a lot of first-person shooters, and you think you're better than the Huntress mains, which, hate to break it to you, but you're not. I will say that you're better than the Trickster mains, because at least I don't have to hit them 8 times to do 1 point of damage. And why does it even have Deep Wound? If you play as Pyramid Head, then you know what other people don't know, is that he is secretly an S-tier killer. Like, stop putting him at A-tier. He is S-tier. I know his add-ons are trash, but trust me, he's S-tier. By the way, I'm playing the Silent Hill 2 remake on the channel. You should tune into that sometime. If you play as the Blight, then you're most likely really good at playing as the Blight. You kind of freak out when people don't put him behind Nurse in their tier list, which, like, I get it. He's a strong killer, but not everyone has to see him as one of the heads of Mount Rushmore. And overall, you probably just like it when things move fast, which I can relate. I like fast. Not a lot of people play as this killer, and I was honestly gonna treat you guys like the Freddy mains. Then I met a content creator whose name is literally Twins Main Sage. And she is probably the nicest person who ever graced Dead by Daylight. So shout out to you, Twin Main Sage. Also shout out to every Twins main, and I hope you're just as nice as she is. I think I was a bit too mean on the Trickster players in my last video, which honestly doesn't matter because my last video only has like 8 views and it's kind of trash too. If you main Trickster, then you're hated for a lot of reasons. I mean, I still hate you guys, to be honest. But I think I only dislike the Trickster now because his power just doesn't stand out enough for me. Like, maybe the bouncing blades should be base kit, maybe they should add deep wound to the blades, like something. Add a trick to the Trickster. Also, behavior, please revert most of those changes because they were very bad. I feel like you Nemesis mains aren't appreciated enough because you main a killer that is almost in the same vein as Demogorgon, as in like the most balanced in the game. But he has a bunch of things that would seem unfair in a vacuum, but it's actually like very balanced. Also, if you main Nemesis and you haven't played a single Ori game in your life, what are you doing? Resident Evil's so much better than this. Come on. If you play as Pinhead, then you're a freak. You're an absolute freak. Like, your search history is probably like Pandora's box. Something that was just never meant to be looked at. Ever. I am curious though, have you ever watched a Hellraiser film? Like, I'm actually curious. Have you ever seen those films and how freaky they can get? Unlike 75% of the Huntress mains, you can actually hit those cross maps. I mean, it's not that hard with the artist. Artist is another killer who I'm trying to convince people that she belongs in S tier. Like, on an indoor map like Larry's, can you hit a cross map with Huntress? No. No, you can't. Most likely, she used to scare the living hell out of you in 2010's YouTube. It was Sako and Kyako from The Grudge. And because both of them were girls with long black hair, you probably confused the two. Honestly, most of this relates to me. Because Sako? she was scary. She was freaking scary, man. If you main the Dread, then your search history is probably way worse than the Pinhead players. Like, Pinhead should be arrested by the FBI. The freaking Navy should be after you. That's how bad your search history is. People only hate you because they say that they face Wesker way too much, even though they only faced them like 5 times in their entire lifespan of playing Dead by Daylight. And honestly, it's not really your fault. He's just a fun killer to play as. Also, if you ever played Resident Evil 5, I recommend it. I think it's a bit overhated. Chris punching a freaking rock is still really freaking stupid, but nonetheless. If you play as the Knight, then you probably also are into Souls-like games, but you don't watch anime. You're also probably wondering how a big guy like the Knight, who is wearing iron armor that probably weighs a ton, could get stunned by a piece of wood. You know, if you mean the Skull Merchant, I just feel bad for him. I really do. No killer, no matter how survivors feel about them, should ever, and I mean ever, get the treatment you went through. I heard that she's getting some changes when Freddy gets his rework, so maybe you guys can bounce back, but yeah. First of all, if you main this killer, you will call him Single Larry from now on. Second of all, you're probably a very chaotic person, and I freaking love you for it. I have no idea why I love this killer so much, but I do. And honestly, I really wish a lot of people would play with him more. If you main Xenomorph, then you probably quote a lot of lines from the Alien movies. I won't repeat them, but you know what they are. I also feel like you guys are kind of misunderstood. Like, a lot of people think you're very overpowered, which, no, they're just trash. If you play as Chucky, you just want to be a little bastard. Like, you just want to be a little chaotic bastard that rules this game with an iron thumb. And honestly, I respect you for it. A lot of people say he's trash now because of his nerfs, which I don't agree with that at all. Also, please tell me you watch the Child's Play movies. They're good movies. They're fun to watch. The TV show is also really cool. Just give the franchise a chance. For me, okay? If you play as Unknown, you're a little bit freaky, but it's more like a safe kind of freaky, as in, I can go through your search history and I wouldn't be scarred for life. You're also into found footage films, which I love those kind of films with a passion. Those films are so good. Like, if you want to watch a truly scary horror film, it would be a found footage film. You either A, are a huge Dungeons & Dragons nerd, like you know everything about Dungeons & Dragons, and you sound like the biggest nerd to ever grace this earth. Or B, you have some sort of strange god complex, even though it's kind of less justified because you're not playing as Nurse. You either like Castlevania, or you just like vampires and you know nothing about Castlevania. You also thought he was completely justified killing all those town folks in the Netflix anime? I mean, hell yeah he was! By the way, can we get the anime Dracula skin from Netflix into this game? Please, Behavior? It would literally be the best thing he's ever done for us. Thank you. The Houndmaster. Honestly, you probably just like dogs. And the fact that Behavior added a feature that just lets you pet the dog for literally no reason, like it doesn't benefit gameplay at all, it's just, you just pet the dog, is probably like your favorite thing ever. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I'll make a continuation of these videos every year, just so we can keep up to date with all the killers being added to this game. I don't know if I want to make a Survivor version of this. Maybe if this video gets enough views, I will. I can tell you one thing, don't expect another Dead by Daylight video for a while. I think I'm going to take a break from this game. Not because it's driving me insane. Well, actually, yes, it's because it's driving me insane. And also, Marvel Rivals, it's a lot funner, to be honest. So, I think I'm gonna play that instead. But hey, I'll still be making videos on Silent Hill and Cuphead. Gonna make some Cuphead videos. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.